Hello students, here Imalisha. Today we are going to learn about file. Right? So, what do we mean by file? File is named as a collection of information which is stored in secondary storage devices. So, we have already learned about the secondary storage device. Right? So, CD, magnetic tape, ROM, hard disk we can consider as a secondary storage device, right? Secondary storage device like again CD, magnetic tape and hard disk, ROM we can say, etc. Too many things are there, right? What do we mean by file? File is nothing but the collection of information. For which kind of information? So that is nothing but the text, right? Video, image, see, text, video, image, database tables and machine code, right? If suppose we can consider the C program file, right? So it is nothing but the collection of code, that is the machine code. If we are going to draw any image, right? And if save as a file in Paint, for example, then that is considered as information in form of image. If we are going to save the normal file like text file, then it is going to be information like text. So here in which kind of information we can store in file? So image, then next text, video, database tables also, then machine code. There are too many things are there, right? So file is nothing but the collection of information which is stored on the database, secondary storage device, right? And information is considered like a text, video, image, audio, then machine code, database, etc. Right? So basically file is stored where? So we have already seen in the definition that is the file is stored in the secondary storage devices. We have already discussed about why we are going to save the file, because we want to save that kind of information permanently. And when we are going to save the information permanently, then we have to consider the file, right? So on hard disk we have seen that file is permanently saved, right? So here the file is independent entity. We can see that file is an independent entity from the processes. Why? So these are the 3 points why we are saying that file is independent entity. So first one, process which creates a file or terminates. If suppose we have created any file and we don't save it, right, and terminate it, right? So that's why we have considered this file to save the information permanently, okay? But it is a process which creates a file and terminates, okay? Second point is that user owners of the file logs off from the system. If suppose the users or owners of the file logs off from the system, okay, then information stored in the file remains, right, as it is even when user owners of the file logs off from the system. Still it is stored in the memory. Okay. Then next, machine can switch off. We have already talked about it, right? So first we can say that is a hard disk. Hard disk is a non-volatile memory. Why it is non-volatile memory? Revise it. Because whenever we are going to switch off or terminated any system without save any file, right? Without saving a file, then it is discarded. But when we have saved the file, then it is going to permanently save in a hard disk. Okay, so that's why this memory is called as a known volatile. So here it is, machine can switch off. If it is switch off, then also information stored at the file remains as it is. Okay, so these are the three conditions. When if suppose three conditions are there, then information stored at the file remains as it is. Okay, sometimes we have experience. It's suppose we are going to write any paragraph in the Word file, right? And we don't have saved the file, and certainly the power gets off, right? Then our file lost. So that's why it's necessary to make a file. So whenever the machine can switch off, still the file remains as it is. Okay, so those are the conditions for these three conditions are there. Then still our information stored in a memory. Okay, so this is about the file, right? But information stored in the file can be shared among different processes as well as user as well as the machine. Yes, we can say that, right? Information stored in the file, we can share the file, right? If suppose I have saved the file particular program 1 docs file, right? If suppose my friend is going to access this file, then I have to share this file, right? So this is called as a sharing. We can share the file also. This is another example, advantage we can see. So next, file is a static or passive entity. Okay, so file is static or passive entity we can say. Why? Because file is nothing but file is, we can say that is the static and passive entity. Then information stored in the files remains as it is. Information stored in the file remains as it is. We have seen this three conditions. In this three conditions are there, still information of file remains as it is. So that's why it is called as a file is a static or passive entity. Okay, next, file has the longer span. Why we are saying that the file has the longest span? Because the file is created, stored in the file, right? Store them in the file and execute the file and terminate. So that is called as a long span. Okay, maybe file stored in a memory days or years. Okay, so that's why it is called as longer span. Okay, so in basically file, you have to remember first thing, that is information, collection of information which is stored on the secondary storage devices, that is called as a file. First point. Then secondary, file is stored, the secondary storage devices permanently. Right? Third point, file is used to store the various kind of information. It may be image, text, video, machine code or database tables or so on. Right? Then next, file is independent entity. Keep in mind, file is independent entity from the processes, the users and machines. right? Why? We have already discussed three conditions, and still information stored in the file as it is. Okay, the next, information stored in the file can be shared among users and machines. Okay, the next, file is static or passive entity. Okay, the next, file has no longer spark. Okay, so this is about the file. Okay, now let's see the second point, that is a file system. File system. Okay, so what do you mean by the file system? A part of an OS, part of an operating system which deals with the files is known as a file system. Okay, see, another name of file system we can say that is the file manager. We have already said in our system file manager, right? So, what do you mean by the file manager? It manages all kinds of the file in the system. Okay, so let's see. It provides a facility. It provides a facility to create or delete the files, or the number of operations which we can perform on the file, right? So we can say that the file to create, delete files and read and write the contents of the files, it is it, right? So we can say that the file operations are create, delete, save, open. These are the operations which we can perform on the file, right? And then read and write the content of the file. It is right. So here it provides a facility to perform such certain operations on the file. Then next, it is also provide the directories to organize the files. Okay, we will see later how the directory organize. This structure is there, directory structure is there. We will discuss later, but directory is nothing but the collections of files. Okay, and next, it provides efficient access of information stored in the file. See, file manager is allow us, okay, you are access this file or not. You are able to access this file or not. Okay, so some restrictions are also there. So now it provides efficient access of information stored in the files. Okay, the next, it is also responsibility of file system to manage the memory space on secondary storage device when files are created, modified or deleted. So here the responsibility of system to manage the memory space. This is the most important thing, to manage the memory space. So whenever the file is created or deleted, so how to manage the memory space, that is also responsibility of a file manager. Okay, so now next, it is also provides a protection mechanism. Protection mechanism means what? There are too many confidential files are also there. If suppose anyone can access it, then it will be harmful for others. So how we can protect our file? So that is the also responsibility of file manager. Okay, so here you have to allow, see, this is the responsibility of file manager. So you have to allow the user to administrate how other user can access the information in the file. Okay, so we can sometimes give the access to, means for example, the results of GTU. Then result of GTU that can be only view from the student. View side is there, right? They cannot update or edit it. right? So these are the permissions. These are the permissions to given to user. So some admin side they can upload your result. Okay, so some restrictions are there and some permissions to allow the users, right? So here that is nothing but the protection mechanism. So in this file system you have to keep in mind this topic first, that is it is a facility to create or delete files or read and write the content of the files. Then it is also provides directories to organize the data. See, directories to organize the data, right? Then efficient access of information, that is the store in the file, right? And next it is also responsibility to the file system manage memory space. See, here we are discussing the memory space of secondary storage device. Okay, we are not going to discuss about the RAM. Okay, so you have to consider over here the memory space, that is nothing but the secondary storage devices. Okay, the next it is also provide the protection mechanism. Protection mechanism. Okay, so this is about the file system. Okay, now let's see why files are needed, right? So first point is that it must be possible to store a very large amount of information. Okay, if we are going to save the large, means we have the large amount of data, then we have to store anywhere, right? That's why the file needed. First, that is the large amount of data. Large amount of data. This is the first point why file is needed. Okay, let's see the second point, that is information should be lost when process terminated. Information should be lost when process terminated. We have already learned whenever the process terminated, then release the memory. So data that will be lost. So here second, that is maybe lost the data. So we don't want to lose the data, right? Okay, so first point, that is nothing but the large amount of data, and second point, that is the maybe loss of the data. Okay, so now third point, that is the sharing of information. We have discussed about, that is we have created this file for sharing the files, right? So here there's 3 points are there. Third point is sharing the data, sharing of information. Okay, so these 3 points, due to these 3 points, we needed the files. So sometime in GTU that may be asked why we need the file. What is the file and why we need the file? So these 3 points are there, why we need the file. Okay, so let's see about the file naming. So we have the too many files, right? And if suppose we are not going to write any name, so we cannot identify this file is for the particular which purpose. Okay, or might be we get confused. Okay, so to remove this confusion, we needed the file name. Or to identify the file content, we have to give a name. So this is about the file name. Okay, now the exit rules. For naming the file, we have exit rules. Okay, so first is, and yes, system to system, that might be different rules. Okay, system to system, that may be worry. Okay, so first, all current OS allows strings of 1 to 8 letters. Okay, 1 to 8 letters. File name should be 1 to 8 letters, including the digits and some special characters. Okay, so suppose we have given here XYZ 1 2 3. So X, that is the letter, and 1 2 3, that is the digit. The next check, for example, program underscore 12. If suppose we have given the program underscore 12. So here the program is there, that is nothing but the character. Here the underscore is there, so that is nothing but the special character, and 12, that is nothing but the digit. Okay, so this is about the name of file. Right? Then second point, and yes, maybe some file support the 255 characters. Okay, so next point, some file systems support the case sensitivity. Yes, in some system it might be name, like we have given the name as a hello and hello. Okay, so in Unix, these two names are different. These two names are different. And in MS-DOS, these two are same. Okay, so this is about the second point. Some file system supports the case sensitivity. Okay, so here it is edge is in uppercase and here the edge is in lowercase. So might be different in Unix, but it's the same as it is in the MS-DOS. That is no applicable case sensitivity. Okay, so next, the expansion. If suppose I have given a file as .c, so this is the source file of C program, right? So .c, that is nothing but the extension. That is nothing but the extension. Okay, and hello is nothing but the file name. That is the file name. So here it is, that is the extension. And yes, for the extension in MS-DOS, file name are 1 to 8 characters, we have already discussed it, and extension, that will be optional, right? So that may be 1 to 3 characters. That may be 1 to 3 characters. And in Unix, the size of extension, that is depends on the file. Okay, and user, we can see. Okay, so here that may be two or more extensions are there. How? Let's see the example, check.c.z is there. Right? So check.c, that is nothing but the source file. Source of C. Right? And .z in Unix, that is the compress. For the compressed file. So this is about the, and Unix, we can give the extension like this. Okay, so there are too many extensions are there. Okay, so here it is. Let's see the extensions. Okay, so extensions are like let's see the extension first, that is the PDF. Okay, so nothing but the portable document format, that is the PDF file, right? .c, that is the source file of C, right? .obj file, that is nothing but the object file. Right? .docx, that is the document file. .xls, that is nothing but the Excel file. .ppt, that is nothing but the presentation file. Okay, .zip for the compressed file. Compression we are using, compress the file, or we can say compress the file, right? So there are too many extensions are there. There are too many extensions are there which indicating this kind of information is stored in the file. Okay, yes, for the image .jpg, .jpeg, .png, these are the image file. Okay, so this is about the extension of files. Okay, so hope you understand the concept of file system, why we need the file, and file naming. Hope you understand this. Thank you.